Hey friends, Kristen here with a new episode of Free Spirit Beading on the Softlex Company Facebook page and YouTube channel. Hello everyone. Hi Kathy. Hi Cecilia. Hi Liz. Hi Ilyanka. Hi Sherry. Happy Monday. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Please remember to come in and give us a like or a share or subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're new here, we go live multiple times a week, generally around 2, sometimes 3, with jewelry making tutorials and beading parties. We have special events that we host on here. We're just coming off the Great Bead Extravaganza, which was not this past weekend, but the weekend before. We do a virtual beading show and crafting show 4 times a year. That was our midwinter market, and I'm going to be checking out the Midwinter Market Arctic Circle kit with you today, and we're going to finish up a necklace. We started the little bead embroidery pendant. Started this during the video with all of you. So we're going to go ahead and finish that into a necklace. Sarah also made some fun examples on her beading party last week with Deb Floros. So you can check our TGBE replay and the beading party with Deb Floros on the Softlex Company YouTube channel for those replays. Hello, hi Robin, hi Stephanie. Yeah, I really enjoy seeing all of the Martin Luther King Jr. quotes that fill my social media and my feed on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, because he just has so many inspiring words. It's just mind-boggling how many amazing quotes he has and how he has just been such a fabulous individual to lift others up and fight for peace and for justice. And I just really have been soaking in that energy a bit today. One of his quotes that I came across that's really nice is life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And it's such a nice thing to ponder. For the longest time, I didn't really think of my creative self as being in service to others, but I have come to embrace the fact that art and making are part of my acts of service. I'm here sharing new ideas with all of you every week and just hanging out and sharing tips and tricks and being generous with the things that I've learned, and then also being generous with those creations. I give a lot of things away. I gift a lot of things to people. I put things out for like the little free art library, just all the different ways that our creative soul can be an act of service for others, as well as a beautiful blessing and act for ourselves, right? So that quote kind of caught me today, and I wanted to share it with all of you and have you think about it in that way. If it's not something you've thought about with your creative journey, how your art and your making can be an act of service for others. One of the fabulous ways I showed up in my art community has been a special event we put on last week. We put on this event called Creatively Alive in 2025, and this is something that I do on my own outside of Softlex Company. You can find out more on my YouTube channel, Kristen Art. We put on an event where We tapped into our artist soul. We found our symbol and our word of the year. And then we made art together surrounding that energy. And we'll have that to carry us through and guide us through in the new year. We had a lot of great response. It was super fun to create in community with so many people virtually over the course of the week. And I'm just going to put it out there that if you are looking for a place to paint and draw and play in that sort of artistic way, you can come join me over in the Create More community. Our doors to that are closing the end of this month. And you can I put up a video actually yesterday on my YouTube channel if you want to take a little sneak peek of what people are saying and a bit of a tour of that hub, the Create More Community Hub, to see what's in there and what kind of things we share. I invite you to go check it out. And again, this is something I do on my own. I do it outside of Softflex Company. But since we're closing the doors this month and we just came off that really exciting, supercharged creative weekend, I wanted to share it with anyone who hangs out with me here who might be interested in joining that community. It's not jewelry making based at all. So just to be clear on that, it's more painting and drawing and cut and paste, collage, like all of those kinds of art expressions. I see quite a few of you are sharing the hashtag for our giveaway. And I just shared a link to my art community if you want to go check it out a little bit later. If it's something that's piquing your interest, please come hang out over there. So we've got the hashtag new ideas. And I'm going to be giving away one of our little bead embroidery kits. So you'll get the little embroidery hoop, and you'll get some fabric to practice with. You'll need to supply your own needles and your beads, but I thought this would be a fun new idea that maybe for a lot of you. It was pretty new for me. I learned bead embroidery last year. And I worked on this project, which was just so fun. I definitely need to do one. This was my symbol of the year for 2024. Mermaid and star are my symbol of the year for 2025. So I need to think about doing a bead embroidery piece for those. So that's on a grander scale. And then we shrunk it down itty bitty into this tiny little jewelry pendant and put that in the Arctic Circle design kit. So you can find the embroidered pendant at softflexcompany.com. You can also find it in the Arctic Circle design kit while supplies last. I'm going to share with you what our sale is for this week. This ends actually tomorrow on Tuesday, January 21st. It is the Softflex Lovers Sale. It is 20% off of all of our beading wire. And although it includes all of our Softflex, it also includes our Soft Touch and our EconoFlex and our Pro EconoFlex. I think we might have a little bit of Extreme. I'm not sure, but if there's some in stock, you will actually get it off that too. It's everything that is in our beading wire category. Trios, if you want some new trio colors, you can grab some of those on 20% off through tomorrow. You must enter the coupon code SOFTFLEXLOVER, and it's all one word at checkout. It's not valid with any other order discounts. And if you get your order up over $89, you have the option of free shipping here in the United States. That's good for online orders only. And again, it ends tomorrow, January 21st, or while supplies last. We are, Anne. Oh, yes. Thank you. Anne is asking, are you doing a Galentine's Day bead class? We're actually doing a Galentine's Day event with our friends over at Jesse James Beads. We've got 4 designers joining us. We have Deb Floros, Brittany Chavers, Rachel Malleth, and Jennifer Miller. And it's happening on February 14th. So it's actually happening on Valentine's Day this year. Sarah is going to host. It'll be a full day, 4 hours, a little over 4 hours of jewelry making classes. And you pick up the supply kit from us over at Softflex Company. Just look for that Galentine's Day graphic. And you pick up the bead kit from Jesse James Beads over at jessejamesbeads.com. Oh, that's something in my eye. Sally says, perfect timing. I'm using up the last of her white quartz now. Yes, you can go hop over and grab yourself some more white quartz beading wire. Hi, Debbie. All right. I think Damien can go ahead and grab. He just did. Thank you, Damien. He just added the Galentine's Jewelry Making Party Supply Kit to the comment section. So you can find that at softflexcompany.com. And then you, like I said, you could find the Jesse James Beads one over on their website. So let's go down to the beading table. Hi, Linda. Hi, Cynthia. Must be here at the end to win that giveaway. I'm going to be using the Pro Econoflex in medium because that's what was included in our Arctic Circle kit this time around. We put together this kit for the Great Bead Extravaganza for the midwinter market. And ooh, there's a beautiful big butterfly outside my window. Super pretty. I've seen a lot of orange ones, but that was like a large yellow and black one. So it caught my attention. Squirrel right outside my window. Yeah, so Pro Econoflex. This is our this is a 49 strand beading wire. This is not made in the USA, so that's how it's a bit different from Softflex, our original beading wire. And it was something we produced for our Pro Econoflex line, which has 49 strands in medium and in fine, which is something a lot of people have asked for many years. So if you want a 49 strand product in our fine diameter, go check out our Pro Econoflex. We put this into the Arctic Circle kit because many of you probably have not tried it or felt it, and we wanted to show you a little bit how it is. Now, it feels different to me than our Softflex Original. Our Softflex Original is still like the highest standard, I think, but it's still a very good product. And it comes in gold color, which Sarah's been using a lot of. The one we put in the Arctic Circle was the steel gray because it made more sense with the colors here. But the Pro Econoflex gives you an affordable gold product that's really nice to use. So we're going to use some of that. These are the seed beads that were included in the kit, and that's what I used in the little embroidered pendant. After I embroidered it, this is what these are all my little samples over here. So these are the ones that I played with. All you need is a little square. You don't need very much to fit in there. And now I have to figure out what I'm going to do with these because this one was cute, kind of clustery. This one I thought turned out really fun for a snowflake, but it ended up being too big to fit in my pendant. And then this one, I think this was the very first one I did to test it out. So you'll just need some beading needles, some thread. We have the needles and the Miyuki thread is what I used here. that you could find at softflexcompany.com. And you'll get the little pieces of fabric with the kit. Or if you purchase the embroidery hoop, you'll get some pieces of fabric there. And then you just need some glue, because after you pop in your embroidery piece, I glued this little back here to clean it all up. It comes with this little screw and nut, and we're going to use that space in the middle there to hang our pendant. Let's see, what's the difference between two different types of soft flex beading wire? So we have soft flex, we have soft touch, we have Econoflex, and we have Pro Econoflex. So soft flex, and then we have them all in different diameters, which we do have a great blog that talks about all the different diameters and what they're best used for. Our medium is what is our all-purpose. It's what we tend to put in all of the kits most of the time, and it's in our trios is always the medium. So this is the original soft flex beading wire. This was the first product that came out. It's stainless steel braided proprietary braid covered in nylon, and then really flexible. The soft flex medium of our original is 49 strands. The soft flex fine of the original is 21 strands. And this is, I think, like our gold standard, right? Like this is our, and it comes in the most amount of colors. So this comes in all different colors too. I'm just holding the black right now. Soft Touch is our premium product in terms of flexibility and softness. It's 50% more flexible and supple. It's closer to a thread in its feeling. It's still a wire, so it doesn't feel like thread, but it'll drape closer to a thread than this will. So this is a little sturdier body feel, and this is going to be a little softer, more thread-like feel. And the Soft Touch is the same thing, 21 strands of fine and 49 strands of medium. And this does not come in any other colors. It just comes in our steel color. We call it satin silver. You can get black and white when you get the very fine diameter. And that's considered something you could use for maybe some type of embroidery sewing. So we have black and white that we introduced just in that very fine. Next, I would say, well, this one actually came next. The Econoflex came next, and this is our hobby wire. We don't generally suggest this one for too much jewelry making unless it's just kind of more crafty jewelry making. It is a 1x7 strand construction, and it's made in China, and it definitely has a more wiry feel. But we created this to have a lower cost, affordable option in the market. And then after we created this, we ended up creating the Pro Econoflex, which is also made in China. And this one is a little closer to our Soft Flex original. It's got the 49 strands, like I said, in medium and 49 strands in fine, which is something that people had asked for years and years. So we are able to do that in this particular product. Again, so that's kind of the difference between them. I hope that helped. We do have, I think I saw Damien link some blogs. We have some blogs. Sarah also has a video on our YouTube channel that discusses all of the diameters and all of the different wires. So you can also find that. I think it was one of our first videos we ever put up on our channel. And that is where you can grab some more info if you want some more in-depth information. We also have Extreme, which I don't know that we have any in stock, but that is made with a copper core, not a steel core. So it's kind of a very different construction altogether. All right, so let's see here. We've got this sweet little pendant. And I think I'm going to use these beads that came in the Arctic Circle kit. I think I'm also going to use these really pretty kind of cathedral cut crystals that came in the kit. I like how these two pair with that. And then we have this beautiful mix of crystals. I might pull out some of that dark blue, I think would be really pretty. Let me move this out just a smidge. Yeah, that feels better. You could see my table a little better. So I'm going to pull out some of these. We have about 12 of these mixes, which you get all of these beads and all of these beads. It was all in one mix. So it was a big chunk of mix. I think we've got about a dozen left. They are included in the Arctic Circle design kit, but if you wanted to just get the crystal mix, there's 12 of those left online. I don't think I'm going to use the turquoise color here because it's kind of different than this aqua. So I'll leave that one for another design. And then I have my seed beads, which maybe I'll pull a few out. Every time I forget how to open this. You open it from the bottom. This is the top. The bottom just pops off. It's very quite simple, but for some reason I keep wanting to pull the top off. I'll just dump out a few of those. In addition to those beads, you've got these fun ceramic beads in the kit. You've got these cute little penguins. You've got one of these little Chuck glass beads here. And you also got this Design Elements mix from our friends at Jesse James Beads, which has some gorgeous crystal sparkle in lots of blues, a little bit of greens. And we did have some of these for sale separately, but they have since sold out, I believe. So if you want this, you have to get it in the Arctic Circle kit is the only place it's still at. And let's think about how I'm going to attach this. So I'm thinking about going through here and creating a little jump ring. I could do a jump ring or I could do a little figure 8. Cut some wire free. I don't feel, as you can see here, it's got a little bend in it already. So I do feel like our Softflex Original is a little more kink resistant than the Pro Econoflex, but not by like a mile or anything, you know? So it's kind of like, you will know if you've got the kit, you can kind of play with it and see what you think about it. So I added a crimp here. I know all the blues are so pretty. I know blues are generally a fan favorite, aren't they? I'm going to try and do a little figure 8 first and see what I think. So I have to keep in mind that I'm going to need to. So if I do a figure 8, now I'll have this little loop at the top to string through. This will kind of dangle like that. And if I were to put wire through that way, I just wanted to see how it will hang. So it'll hang a little lower. It might twist a little bit. And now I'm going to undo that idea. And if I were to do just a jump ring style, I would feed through the bottom below the little nut and bolt of that pendant, and then feed the other wire through the opposite direction, making a circle. So that would be like that. I think I'm going to like this better. And then you would string your wire through that way. Yeah, and I do like that better because I think it won't twist quite as much as the other option. And I think I like that it'll be a little tighter, like not hanging down quite as low. So for the Pro Econo Flex, can I use my magical crimper? Let's try it. I know that this nylon is not quite as thick as the regular soft flex. So let's see if it'll work. And you got to make sure I put this in a place where I can get to it with my crimping pliers. So, okay, got my crimping plier in there, and I'm probably just going to pull the wire a little bit so that I know that I can get it just in there as tight as possible. I have my crimp right in that center notch, hugged in there. Give it a good squeeze. It'll pinch all 4 corners, and then I'm going to rotate my tool 90 degrees and place that right in that notch again. Give it another good squeeze. And then I'm just going to try that in a few different ways so that usually I rotate it around, but in this position, I have to kind of rotate my tool more than my bead. Yes, and that feels nice and snug. Hooray. I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. You can also just use a jump ring if you have a good jump ring size that will fit in there. But sometimes when you're trying to get in these weird spaces, a jump ring might be a little more difficult to get in there, and the soft flex works in your favor. So now I have a little ring here, and I can slide my beading wire through it just like a jump ring. Aw, thanks, Penny. Penny saying more likes. Space Pickle Designs. Thank you, Kurt. Said that's super cute. I know. I think this is just so cute. I definitely struggled with trying to do something super tiny, tiny, itty bitty. But it was a good practice. And I think I'm going to find a fun use for these. I don't know, like little patches maybe, or add them to some artwork, like a mixed media piece, maybe a page in my journal, in my art journal. I'm not going to let these little testers go to waste because they are just so cute. I could, Deb. That would have been a great idea. I want to redo it now. Deb says you could put blue beads. I could definitely put like these little seed beads and then make that ring with that, right? So let's cut a little bit more wire. Nancy said, I will send snow to use with them. Oh, could glue them over some buttons. That could be really cute. Little fabric buttons. That one might be tough because I don't have as much space, but this one has a good amount of space around. That could be super cute. Great idea. Okay, I'm going to use some beads on this one. What do you think? Should I go mixed? Just pick up whatever's next without really thinking about it. I was just had my mind on making a little jump ring. I wasn't thinking about beading it. Of course we want to add beads. Oh, let's see. Will they fit through? Ooh, kind of snug, but I think I made it through. Yeah, I made it through. But that was a good little tester too. And now I don't mind if my jump ring is a little bit larger even because it's got beads on it. You know? Let's take off. Let's take off 2. I got nervous for a second that my little seed beads weren't going to fit under the. Oh, yeah. All right, let's cut this first one off. I left it there just in case I needed it. I don't need that now. Cute. I was like, of course, Deb, what a great idea. Sometimes I forget to put beads in those fun little spaces. Like I know our friend Jill McKay loves to put beads kind of at those connections, either by your clasp or where you connect to something else, like a chain or something like that. And I forget sometimes. I forget. I'm just looking at making sure my circle is complete, closed. Okay, I'm squeezing. And now with seed beads on here, That magical crimper can be a little bit tricky because you get too close to that seed bead, you're going to smash it and break it off. So you do have to leave yourself a little bit of space so that you can squeeze the crimp without crushing your seed bead. I've done it many a time. Cute. And now we have a little beaded jump ring. And then we can string our wire through, and it'll be like that. So cute. Bead all the things, right? Okay, so if I leave this on the spool, I can do one side. Let's see where that falls with my, oh, that's good. I just wanted to make sure it didn't slide through, and it looks like it doesn't. So we're good there. Let's cut some of these free. And let's cut some of these free. Hi, Georgina. Are a lot of you getting snow? My little snowflake pendant. I know we were asking our youngest this weekend. He's in Boston, and yesterday I was like, oh, have you gotten some snow? Have you gotten some snow? And he's so over it. He's so over hearing us ask about the weather because, you know, he grew up in Arizona where it was always hot, and everyone's been like, you're going to be so cold in Boston, and he's like, all everyone wants to talk to me about is the weather. So yesterday he was like, no, we haven't gotten any snow. And then later that day, he sent me a picture. They were up on looked like the roof of their dorm, and it was snowing. He's quite enjoying, well, that's cute. I like the seed bead between. He's quite enjoying a whole different part of the country. And you know, he doesn't drive, right? Like, so he takes public transit and walks. And so for him, he's like, snow's not a big deal. I said, right. It is a big deal when you've got to like defrost your car and clean off your windshield and drive in those conditions and all of the things where he doesn't have to experience snow in those ways yet. He gets to experience it as more of a passive enjoyer of the change, growing up someplace when it was always just pretty much sunny all the time, occasional rain. Oh, okay, here we go. Terry's over the snow. Sandy, New Jersey, snow and temperatures to drop down. I think they got some snow on Long Island yesterday too, which is where I'm from. And that's not too usual because normally we tend to have a little more mild climate than other parts of New York. Julia had a couple of new inches this weekend. It's so pretty when it comes down, isn't it? We had snow in South Carolina 2 weekends ago, says Penny. It's even more beautiful when I don't have to go to work in it. Yeah, that makes a huge difference, doesn't it? South Carolina, I didn't even realize that. That can't be super normal for that area, right? So I'm having fun with this. Look at, I'm just putting a little seed bead between, sometimes the dark blue, sometimes the teal. Um, Not thinking too hard about it, just picking up kind of what's next. And I think that that kind of works well with this piece. Ooh, well below zero and chills. Schools are canceled, said Sandy, for tomorrow. -33 Celsius and not snowing here right now, Georgina. Oh gosh. Upstate New York got 4 to 5 last night. Yep. Just so much snow. Yeah, I have a friend in Arizona who went back upstate New York for the holidays, and that was something she was mentioning because I saw when I was in Arizona, I stopped into the coffee shop I used to work at. She works there, and I was like, "Hey, how was your trip?" And she's like, "Oh, it was good, but I had to keep helping shovel snow. I felt bad for my dad to have to do it every day." And I was like, "Yeah, shoveling snow is a lot." 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I guess I'll do 3 here. I'm not paying too much attention. I'm just beading. I'm just stringing. So I did 3 in between here, and then I did 2. I'm just going to do 3 beads here, and then I'll do 2 again. Maybe that will be my pattern. I think this is more of a just pick up and go pattern, not really counting it out perfectly. Oh, Penny says South Carolina usually gets ice instead of snow. You're in the north part, closer to North Carolina. That makes more sense. We'll do 3. That is coming out pretty cute. Let me grab a bead stopper for over here. And if I want to string up some of the other side, I'm going to have to cut some wire free. And I'm going to start stringing on this side just so I don't run out of beads. Because if I just keep going on the one side, I will lose track of if I have enough beads to do the other side, right? Who else gets to the end of a project and goes, "Oh, I don't have enough beads"? Or are you much better at counting them out ahead of time and ensuring you have the same amount on either side? Nancy says, definitely getting colder here the next few days, making a pizza and hibernating. Yeah. This is such a nice time of the year to get cozy with your crafts, doing some reading, nest in. I've actually been wearing like sweaters the last couple of mornings. It's funny because it's not that much of a degree change, but something shifted. I don't know if it's just collectively feeling that it's cool in other places, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it definitely feels like overall it's a little cooler. And especially in the mornings and the evenings, I've been like under a blanket. But I also did go in the ocean yesterday, so and go swimming. So there's that. It's just more, I wonder if it's just like that feeling of, oh, it is winter. It's cooler where I live up in the area called Upcountry than it is down by the beach. So it's funny because like yesterday I was home in a sweater and fuzzy socks, and then I was like, we went down to by the beach, and I'm like, I guess we were just gonna walk, like take a walk down by the beach. And I'm like, well, I guess I should bring my bathing suit stuff and whatever. I'll just throw it in the car just in case. And yep, we walked around for a while, Bert and I, and then it was like, oh, it is warm. We are sweating. Like, let's go in the, let's go swimming. It was like so funny how different just going a few miles is. Good point, Nancy. Nancy says she does not count often, but she doesn't count, but often thinks I have a similar size or color to match when you realize you have 25 different greens. It's like, oh yeah, I've got more of that. And then you're like, oh my gosh, why? Why do I have so many greens and not the one I need? I'm trying to match up I'm not paying attention to the seed bead color really, but I'm trying to match up um, the other beads so that I'm doing the same on both sides. Oh, yeah, I missed on this one. This should have been 3. There we go. So 3, and then I'll clear. A straight stringing project can be quite relaxing, can it? Almost up to the same place. Oh, I forgot one. Forgot a seed bead. I love these crystals. These beads are so pretty. And these are just stunning. This color, really, really love it. we introduced some big eye needles to the shop also. They were included in this kit. I think the idea was to have a needle for your embroidery, but it just wasn't the right kind of needle for that. It's too bendy, but it's a great needle for other projects. Where do I want to do this to? Maybe to there. I'm using my bead stopper as a way to tell me how far up I want to go. So now I've got about the same on either side. And we'll do a few more on this side. Maybe I should count. 1, see how many I have left of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So I can do 6 on this side. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. So I can do again 6. And then I have a lot of these, so I don't have to worry about those so much. We'll just say 6. Georgina's plan is to stay home, sit in front of the fireplace, and bead. I think that sounds so perfect. That's a great way to spend a cold day or week or weekend. I grew up having a fireplace. I haven't had one in a really long time though. Probably 15 years or so was the last time I had a house with a fireplace. My mom got one of those like I don't know, you kind of roll them around. They're like a portable fireplace and they kind of look like fire setup. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It was pretty. It worked well too. I guess it's considered more like a heater that looks like a fireplace. Yeah, we had a fireplace in one house that we had in Arizona, and it was nice, but I really didn't use it very much for the, I don't know, 1 or 2 times a year that it would kind of make sense. Gives such a cozy feel. I love the sound a fire makes. Ooh, Nancy says loom weaving maybe for the big eye. Yeah, bead weaving is bead weaving. Yeah, I guess it is bead weaving. I think bead weave like this all the stuff that Sarah's been doing. She's been doing a lot of bead weaving, and she kind of was like, I need a big eye needle. They're kind of quick to load up, easy. They're a little bendy, so that could be helpful too to get into some spaces. I'll have to give it a try. She did a bunch of bracelets recently. That was like her word of the year bracelet, her and Danielle did. So a project like that, I think, is really great for the big eye needle. I'm just going to add, do I want to add another one there? No, I don't actually. For those of you that have used it, what do you use it for? Do you use, which kind of projects do you use a big eye needle for? Oh, they use microwave frequencies to heat. Yeah, I've never looked too far into it because I don't really have the need for that, but that's interesting. Georgina uses it from November to April. They have an energy efficient gas furnace, but there is nothing like a warm fire. I know. Yeah, you live someplace cold. A warm fire just does it, just hits different, right? Just hits different. All right, so I've got one of these left over, but I'm going to stop there on this side. And just check out where this is probably going to lay. I like it. I like that. I think that length is good. So I'll just finish it off over here. Almost done. And check where I left off. Looks like this one has 3, which would be that one, or oh, interesting. Okay, so I think it's supposed to be, I think that was supposed to be there. Done just in time for pizza. Pizza sounds good. Did you make us all some, Nancy? Big time pizza fans over here. I'm giving those warm and cozy feelings with my little thumb. It's true. It does, for some reason, it does give you a much better, just gives you that coziness. A lot of times I'm folding it up and wearing it as like a 3/4 sleeve. But today I decided to keep it as a the way it was intended. What's going on here, Kristen? What's happening? Two. Oh, that's 2 again. Interesting. I must have did just 2 a couple of times without paying attention. Totally fine. I just need to make sure that I'm doing that on the other side. Okay. Probably because I was getting down to the nitty gritty on the beads that I had. So I probably did more 2 in a rows than I realized. Caroline is asking Nancy, what pizza dough did you use? What kind of pizza did you make? We can all get hungry for lunchtime vicariously through you. Lunchtime for me over here anyway, sort of. 2 o'clock Pacific. Yeah, lunchtime, 12 o'clock for me right now. What did I do here? There, and then I finally got a 3 and then a 2. Okay. 3. And one more of each color. Now that I'm done, I see I've got 3 of these left and 1 of these left. So maybe I'll use those 2. Or maybe I could save it for a little earring because I don't have 2 of the other ones. Yeah, maybe I'll save it for a possible earring. I think I'm happy with the length. Let's measure it out. I was going to guess 18. It looks like is 18 and a half. So I'm happy with that. Go ahead and add, I'm going to flip it this way and add my clasp. I've got a lobster clasp that came here in the kit, and so I will add that on one side. Should I add some beads? So we were talking about that before. Let's do a couple of beads by my clasp. Does it work well on this side? I guess it could. I usually think about it for the loop, not so much by the clasp. I did 5 beads on either side. strung the crimp first, then 5 seed beads, then the lobster clasp, and then come back. What do you think? Give it a shot. Debbie says the beads you strung look amazing. Thank you. Sort of a regular pattern, slightly irregular, but very easy to make something super pretty with these beads in the kit. So I've got some beads around my clasp. Hold this up. Hopefully I have this on right. Yeah, looks like I do. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to slide on my crimp tube first. And then I'll do 2, 3, 4, 5. This case, I'll just go to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Will that be big enough to hook onto? Will that be easily hookable? Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. So add a few more. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's try 15. Let's try 15 seed beads. Yeah, it'll work. It might be better with one of those larger lobster claw clasps, really. This might be a little snug, but I'm going to go for it. This is for me, so if I have trouble with it, I could always restring. But I think it's kind of nice to see that possibility of adding beads to your loop. And there you have it. So pretty. I mean, such an easy colorway to wear and enjoy, right? Those blues. I'm going to take my necklace off that I have on and see how it looks. See how it looks on. Let's go. So pretty. I love it. So it's about 19 inches, I bet, once you add that clasp, because it was 18 and a half. So added a little extra, probably half an inch or so. But that ended up sitting perfectly. So cute. New ideas. Let's choose our winner. Thanks for hanging with me up until the end. I know that stringing can be a little tedious sometimes. That's why sometimes I don't finish it on my video, but today I felt like finishing it. So last chance, use that hashtag new ideas to enter our giveaway. I've got 43 of you entered so far. Oh, that's true. Yeah, the white beads on the necklace tie in with that white background for the embroidery. That worked out really well. And we sent white fabric for the embroidery, and I think that's what it's in the embroidery kit too. But that's not to say that you don't need to use that. You know, you can definitely use a different color, choose a pattern, play around with it, and see what you come up with. So cute. I keep trying to fix it and I keep pushing it further the other way. There we go. It's very light for what it is. So good to keep in mind too. It's pretty light. New ideas. All right, we're going to pull up that giveaway slide now. And one of you are going to get one of these embroidery kits. If you have the Arctic Circle kit, you'll have another one to play with. If it's not something you've ever picked up or tried, maybe it'll just be a fun new idea for you to explore. Kathleen, redo your hashtag. Yes, because it needs to be, oh, she did. I see that you got it in there now. Perfect. All right, here we go. New year, new ideas, new creative adventures. Always fun to try new things. Cynthia Harp over on YouTube. Are you still here with us, Cynthia? You must be here to win. So be sure to let us know in the comments that you're here hanging out with us. We'll give you a few moments to comment. There she is. Hooray! Yay, Cynthia. Please go ahead and email us at info@softluxcompany.com and let us know your shipping address, and we will get your embroidery hoop set prize out into the mail to you. Congratulations. If anyone else would like to pick one up, you can find it at softluxcompany.com, and you can also grab the whole kit, or you can grab just the embroidery set. We have the Arctic Circle crystal mix that I used in the dark blue. That's still available while supplies last. And if you haven't picked up your mystery kit for this month yet, we're going to be revealing the Star-Crossed Lovers Kit at the end of January. So grab that one too, so you have it in time for the reveal next week. That one is based on Romeo and Juliet, Star-Crossed Lovers. That's our Valentine's kit. It's going to be really sweet to play with. And then the Galentine's kit, which this year our two Valentine kits are very, very different in color scheme. So the Galentine's kit, you pick up the supply kit from Softluxe Company, you pick up the bead kit from JessieJamesBeads.com, and you get to hang out with us and bead along with 4 different guest designers on Valentine's Day. Replay will be available if you're busy that day and you can't join us live. You can always catch us on replay. Sarah will be hosting that event this year. It's going to be really sweet. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I look forward to seeing you again next Monday for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. And surprise, surprise, you'll get me on Wednesday this week. We are going to be hosting a beading party with Rachel Malice. I think she'll be opening the All That Glitters kit with us, and then she's going to be one of our designers on the Galentine's event as well. I'm going to be hosting it. Sarah is away this week, doing some fun stuff with her kiddos. So I'll see you guys again on Wednesday, and then again on Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Stay warm out there, everyone. Enjoy coziness, fireplaces, all of your creative activities, getting to bead and eat pizza. Keep warm. Love to you all. Bye.